Hey guys, so today we're looking at Slate's new expansion for the Verbsuite plugin. So, if you don't know, the Verbsuite is a new type of convolution plugin that isn't static. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but basically it captures the movement of the reverb, which static convolution doesn't. And all the Verbsuite Classics are old hardware units. So with the original one, I think you've got Lexicon 480L, EMT250. You can download separately the Bricasti reverb. There's a few other ones in there. So this is the first expansion for it, which is a Lexicon 224 and 224XL. And so the Lexicon was pretty much the second ever digital reverb after the EMT250, and one of the most used reverbs, probably the only reverb used for a lot of records between 1978 and 1986 when they released the 480L. So the 224, it was released in 1978, and then later on they came out with the XL, which had like a controller unit and such. So this has got models from both and kind of captures the original hardware. Well, that's the intention. So I'm going to run through, I've got a track here, and we're going to run through some sounds on different instruments, kind of going for a big 80s kind of sound with this track, and let you know how it sounds. So far I've just around with it today because it only came out yesterday or day before yesterday. So I'm fairly new to these kind of reverb sounds, but I've kind of messed around. I haven't just got them in their factory default. I've kind of customized the parameters in Verbsuite to suit the track. For example, vocals, I've got a pre-delay set. We'll go through different sounds, but keeping the pre-delay there just because I prefer having a 80 to 100 millisecond pre-delay on all my vocals. Just helps get the reverb out of the way and such. So I'll play this track. You'll see how many different, I've got 5 reverbs on it for different instruments, and you see what the algorithms I've got set at the moment, and we'll just go through all the different algorithms. So as you can see, I've got a couple of plates and a couple of halls.
And there's nothing I can do. You look away again, and there's nothing I can do. You look away, you look away, you look away again.
Let's bypass
You look away,
all of them back
you
on.
look away, you look away again. You look away, you look away, you look away again. You look away, you look away, you look away again.
Okay, so let's look at the piano first. I'll close these other windows. So the piano is basically the bed of this track. This track is a kind of bridge change section from a track I'm working on. But yeah, I've added, lead guitars and stuff that's probably not going to be in the actual song just for this demo. So yeah, let's look at the piano first. I'm just going to solo it. It's pretty much a repeating pattern. So completely dry, just so you get an idea of the piano. So yeah, that piano is just a contact piano. I've taken all the reverb out from the thing, so the plug-in, so it's pretty much just the ambient reverb from the mics. So this basically the only setting I've got, changed that's permanent in there. I've just changed the attack. That just means it kind of the reverb fades in a bit rather than just abruptly comes in. And just added a bit more decay because the reverbs wanted a bit longer than most of these reverbs have. So I'll just repeat a section, soloed, and we'll go through different reverbs. So, the whole, dark hole version 1. So, yeah, that's dark hole version 1. Let me just unmute the reverb. So I'm just going to go through kind of halls and rooms I kind of want for the piano. You could go through the plates. I'm probably using the plates for the vocals. So we'll start off with the 224 halls. So this is large console hall B. Console A. Short console B. And now an acoustic chamber. And now room A. So that's the rooms and halls from the 224. I think for that application, the large console, I think it's L for large, not long and short, like I said short before. But yeah, large concert hall B. We'll go through the XL. I'll go through a bit quicker. I won't run it through like the whole section, because there's a lot more reverbs in here. So I think there's 6 halls and 8 rooms, possibly 10 rooms. Okay, so I'm just gonna go the long. There's a couple of rooms, these small rooms. I'll use them later in the demo on a different track. So we'll just keep with the 1 to 2 length stuff. So start with the bright hall. Bright hall 2. Console hall 1. Console 2. Dark hall 1, which is what we had at the beginning. Dark hall 2. Into the rooms, dark chamber 1. Dark chamber 3. Rich chamber 1. Rich chamber 3. Finally, room 2. So I think my favourites are the Dark Hall 1, the Concert Hall, and the 224's Large Concert Hall. So I'm just going to put it on the Concert Hall, try different, and we'll just hear it in the density of the mix a bit. So let's just hear that.
You look away, you look away, you look away again.
Turn the reverb up a bit.
You look away, you look away.
So yeah, that's mainly those sounds on piano. I'm going to leave it on Concert Hall 1 for now. So next is drums. Now I've kind of gone for that big 80s thing. I've got gates on the kick, snare, and toms before setting to the reverb. So I'm just going to loop a section, and you'll hear it on the current setting, and then we'll have a listen to it on with a few different settings. So mute. So that's no reverb. I'll put the reverb back on. So there I'm using a plate, So I'm just going to go through, want large sounds and plates and such, not so much and small. I'm going to skip the small concert halls. Oh, actually, no, I might try the small concert halls. So I'm just going to go through quickly, just play that section, and we'll have a listen. So let's start with large concert hall. Try the small one. Console B, small. Actually, I like that. It's cool. And I think I'll just try the room A here. Yeah, that might be better for some more subtle stuff. Just going to put the percussion plate on because it is designed for percussion. I am not a huge fan of plates on these big rock kind of drums. I know a lot of people use plates on snare. I like it for kind of dub and reggae and stuff, or if you want to be a bit more subtle. But I tend to go rooms or halls. But anyway, here is the percussion plate. Moving on to the XL, just probably try the slightly shorter halls, so the version 2s, and I think I'll try the short rooms just to give you an idea of what they sound like. They'll be good for more kind of modern drums, so let's start with Bright Hall 2. Console 2. Dark Hall 2. Room 2. Kind of a more natural drum sound, so I'm just going to go through that and dry just to give you a feel for it. This is dry. And room 4. Try with these small rooms too. And dry. And back to small room. Small room 3. And dry, and back to the small room. So those rooms probably good for your more, you want just a little bit of ambience to your drums. Maybe you don't have room mics, so you just want a little bit, but you want it to sound fairly dry and not this big 80s sound. But anyway, I'm going to go back to... I think I actually like the short hall B, and we'll listen to that in context. So, just so you get your head around what that sounds like. pretty big. Yeah. So yeah, I might just play from the lead up to there. I'll leave it on that one.
You look away, look at me. You look away, you look away, you look away, look at me.
Cool. So now the next one is guitars. I'm big on reverb and guitars. And so in here, this guitar basically has this kind of quiet bit at the beginning. And then it's kind of rundown thing going into where the drums come in, and then a kind of more funky bit. So it's kind of striking the balance between big ambient guitars and not washing out the mix here. So listen to it here. It's basically that. So it's a big chorus, compressed guitar, very 80s kind of thing. So then you got a bright hole for that. I'll turn the loop off. So yeah, that's the kind of thing I was going for, a bright hall. We can go through some of the similar settings. I might try some plates because we haven't really listened to much of the plates. Haven't been a huge fan of the plates yet. I do have them on the vocals. We'll go back to them there. Yeah, mainly because I really like the M7 plates that you get as a free add-on when you get Verbsuite Classics, and also the 250, which is the first digital reverb and basically emulates a plate reverb. It's by EMT, which are famous for their 140, probably one of the most famous plate reverbs ever made. So I think I don't like the 224 stuff anywhere near as much as that, but we'll go through some plates, mainly on vocals, but we might try them on guitars now. So back to this large concert hall B, because we know we like it. So I'm just going to start from here, where it's a bit louder and has the little rundown in it. Now, first, I'm going to just give you a bit of dry guitar so you can hear what it sounds like. Cool. So yeah, let's try this large concert hall. So it's worth noting, I forgot to talk about the second guitar. I've also got this chunky guitar in here. We'll go through that. So it's pretty much this the whole time, and then it more funky later on. So that has less reverb on it, but it's going through the same reverb. So we'll hear both of them together, and you can kind of get an idea of what the reverb's doing. So let's go. So start from here. cool. I might try this. I did like this short hall B. I'll try that as well. I'm also going to note that I do have a bit of chorus added to the reverb, and the attack's up a little bit. EQ's fine, and I think 105% for the decay. It's not a lot, so let's try this small one. Yeah, it's okay. I'm just going to try the vocal plate. Because just because it says vocal plate does not mean it can't be good on guitars. Notice a lot more air to the plates. Yeah, if you listen to that tail as well, it kind of shimmers in the tail, doesn't die. Halls tend to have a lot of kind of high end disappear quickly, and then kind of mid range and low end keep going, where the plate's almost the opposite. Okay, so now I'm just going to try the acoustic chamber on this guitar. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Bit, oh yeah, you'd be able to adjust it with the attack. I might actually just try that, but I don't like the front end as much, but that's the chamber sound. I don't really like chambers as much on guitars. I prefer kind of big holes, maybe plates, stuff that's, long and smooth. So we can try messing around with the attack and the decay. So I'll turn the decay all the way up and the attack to about 40, and let's have this. Increase the width. And that's a completely different sound. Okay, now over to the XL. I won't go through all of these, just the longer ones. There is a really long, well, not really long, but 2-second plates in here, and I think there's a room. Yeah, there's a couple of the dark chambers are a bit longer. Sorry, getting pop-ups there. So let's just start with the bright hole, the longer bright hole. Go from there. Bright hole 2. I will try it. It's the shorter one. longer concert hall. And now the dark hole. Do like kind of like the dark hole. I'm just gonna have a bit of a mess around, show you what you can do. So let's just pull them on full, width on full, bit of pre-delay, and we'll have something quite different. Then you kind of go into more shoegazy territory. Reset all that. So the plate I thought might work with CD plate. Plate B. And last, I'm just going to try the dark chamber one. Did I go the... here we go. No, first I got to try these long plates. This thing, it's useful, but it can get a bit confusing because if you click on an algorithm in like here, suddenly you can't get back to the length. I'm not exactly sure what's happening there, but anyway, so plate version 3. On the rich plate. So that's what we had. I can't remember what we had. We had something on that. I'm going to go back to the 224's large concert hall. I kind of like that. So that's it. I'll just listen to that in context.
You look away. You look away. You look away again. You look away. You look away. You look away again. You look away. You look away.
Sweet. So there's another guitar track, the solo guitar. I wanted that to be really washed out kind of thing, so I'm just going to solo that. The reverb for that, I think... Oh yeah, that's where I've got it. The rich plate version 1. A bit more attack, a bit more decay, a bit more width. No chorus, and a bit of the high end off. No reverb. So let's try that with the plate 3. So maybe I might just try the bright hall and just bring the decay, bright hole 1, bring the decay up till it's the same, which was about, or as much as I can. Yeah, it doesn't really get it what I want, so I'm just going to go back to that plate. So that's probably the plate I really like for anything that isn't vocals. This is rich plate. It's actually kind of nice. Let's go there, I think. Take it back up. So let's look at vocals now. I've got 3 vocal tracks. So I've got the lead vocal, a double, and a bit of a harmony. So we'll kind of go from the harmony section. So I'll just solo all them. So this is where the harmony comes in.
You look away. You look away. You look away. Care for me. You look away. You look away. You look away. Again.
Yeah, these are kind of rough vocals, so they're not perfect, but okay, so here they are with Verbsuites.
You look away. You look away. You look away. Care for me. You look away. You look away. You look away.
So I tried the vocal plate from the 224 because it's actually called a vocal plate. All of these are different types of plates, but none of them claim to be for vocals. As you can see, pre-delay is pretty, and a bit of width is pretty much, I got it at 75, and I've got the highs down a bit. It's the vocal plate.
You look away. You look away. You look away. Care for me. You look away.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. Maybe just a bit more decay, and I cut a little bit of mids. I'm going to leave those EQ settings, decay settings, and let's run through some other plates. I haven't had a chance of looking at them yet, so we'll just go through all the CD plates. It's got 2 longer ones and a shorter one. So
you look away. You look away. You look away. Care for me.
okay, I really don't like that one. Let's go CD plate B.
You look away. You look away. You look away. Care for me.
We'll listen to it in context, but there's this kind of zinginess I don't really like, so let's listen there.
You look away. You look away. You look away. Care for me. You look away. You look away.
Yeah, still, it's okay, but yeah, I prefer the other plate. So let me try the rich plate because I liked this one. Let's just solo these again so we can hear them.
You look away. You look away. You look away. Care for me. You look away. You look away. You look away. Care for me. You look away. You look away. You look away.
yeah, I actually like that plate. So just for context, I'll just compare it to one of the plates that's already in here. So let's go to 250. And similar kind of length. We'll go with 1 to 2. Let's try this lush plate.
You look away. You look away. You look away. You look away.
So straight away, I prefer that to any of the plates in the 224. I'm not sure of how much that is the modeling, the settings they had it on, or if the 224's plate algorithm just isn't as nice as I was led to believe reading about the plugin. Not the plugin, sorry, the hardware. So, yeah, I definitely prefer the 250 stuff, and we'll just pull up a M7 for a modern reverb plate, digital plate, and just have a listen. So I think it's a long vocal plate here.
You look away. You look away. You look away. Come from me.
And in context, so yeah, I love this. I love the sound of this plate.
You look away. You look away. You look away. Come from me. You look away. You look away. You look away. Again.
Yeah, so that's kind of a comparison to other plates you get with Verbsuite Classics. So those who see, I'm on the everything bundle, so I got it for free. Those who have bought Verbsuite Classics will have to pay $50 for the 224 expansion. So yeah, maybe just compare and see if you actually like it. I think for drums and some of the hall settings I really like, especially with this track. I will go through some other tracks in a second, not the same, not just going through all the sounds, because I think that'll make this video too long and you've heard plenty of kind of sounds there. But yeah, for vocal plates and that big reverb, as much as I respect the 224, I prefer the 250 and the BM7, which is the EMT 250 and the Bricasti M7 reverb. That's just me though. I like big, dense, lush reverbs. You might not be the same. So I'm going to open up kind of a more electronic track just to show you what it sounds like in that context. Similar kind of 80s, 90s sounds, but yeah, you kind of get the idea then. Okay, so I've loaded up this track. Yeah, it's more of a synthy kind of electronic thing going on. So I've got 3 reverbs for it, whole room and huge. So I'll just get them up. So you can see them. So the room is just a small room. It's pretty much for the drums. I didn't want to make the drums too wet and too big, but I wanted to give them a little bit of ambience. The hall here is the concert hall from the XL. And yeah, I've customized it a bit, got more attack, pre-delay, chorus width, and a little bit of EQ. And then I've got this other reverb, which is just a plate, which I've made longer. Added heaps of pre-delay, chorus, and stuff to it. And that's just on 2 of the tracks, just added for extra kind of air. So I'll play the track to you, and then I'll just solo each of these reverbs to show you what they're doing. just a bit quiet, so I just turn up a bit. So yeah, first we'll just show you. I'll just go to the main section, show you without it, and show you with the reverb. So this is completely dry. Now wet. So you can hear a huge difference on this, which is called tail bassline, but that's just a this filtered synth. So I'm using Filteroid. And that's going to the two reverbs. So yeah, I'll show you. So first off, we've got this reverb and then the huge reverb. So I'll turn the huge off, we'll just listen to it with the whole. And now with this plate as well. Cool. So that's kind of the most interesting thing as far as the reverb goes. I'm also sending this pad through the whole and huge. So slow the pad. I'll mute both of them, then bring each one in. So the whole, sorry, whole. And both of them. So yeah, that huge plate just adds lots of kind of width to the sides and extra air and stuff. So the next thing would be just showing you all the hall sounds. So this is everything that's going through the hall. Except for the drums. So just send it down there and brought it back in. So you can see how this kind of adds a lot to these kind of, synth sounds that are completely dry, no room ambience or anything, because they're straight out of a plug-in. So it is really cool for that, and the kind of grainy quality it has does really work well with these kind of pads and stuff, kind of nostalgic sound. Last thing I'm going to show you is just another song. Just going to compare, basically I've set up two different reverb sounds. So there's 4 reverbs on it and 2 different sounds just to go between them, just for a bit of context. So I'll pull that up and we'll go through it. Okay, so here I got a track by the artist Jack Ringo called Lost and Found. I'm currently working on Jack Ringo's album at the moment. This is early days in the recording, so it's a bit rough, but I thought I'd just use it to show you different context. So what I've kind of done for this demo is I've got 2 different kind of reverb settings for each of the reverbs. So the first lot of settings is kind of bigger, larger reverbs, and then the second lot is a bit drier, a bit smaller, just to kind of show the different types of reverbs you can get. So I'll just play it dry to begin with and get all the reverbs up so I can show you what I'm using.
How it came to this, I don't know how.
I'll start from the second verse.
I read the book, it made me sleepy. Of your love for another man. I read the book, it nearly killed me. I woke with my eyes buried in the sand. How it came to this, I don't know how. Why it came to this flat on the ground. All I know is some things are a mystery, and some things are lost and never found.
Because that was without any reverb. So most of the reverb is on the vocals and guitar, but there is some on the drums and the acoustic. So for the drum reverb, I've got a rich chamber. I know I said earlier I don't like chambers, but it seemed to work for this. Instrument reverb, which is just acoustic guitar at the moment. I've got a concert hall. And the vocals is the 224 non-XL vocal plate, and the guitar reverb is a rich plate which is fairly long. So I'll play that same section again with all the reverb on.
I read the book, it made me sleepy. Of your love for another man. I read the book, it nearly killed me. I woke with my eyes buried in the sand. How it came to this, I don't know how. Why it came to this flat on the ground. All I know is some things are a mystery, and some things are lost and never found.
Okay, now I'll get the shorter reverbs up. It's just quite a different sound. It's a lot drier on the guitar and vocals. So you can see here we've got really small room for the drums. Instrument is a small concert hall. Vox reverb is a CD plate, which is really short at 626. And we've got a rich plate for the guitar at 1.3. So
I read the book, it made me sleepy. Of your love for another man. I read the book, it nearly killed me. I woke with my eyes buried in the sand. How it came to this, I don't know how. Why it came to this flat on the ground. All I know is some things never found.
So yeah, you can see that's quite a different sound with those shorter reverbs and stuff on it, especially on the guitars. I'll just do a quick A/B just so you can hear it, and then I'm going to give my opinion about the 224. So start with the short.
I read the book, it made me sleepy, of your love for another man. I read the book, it nearly killed me. I woke with my eyes buried in the sand. How it came
Long
to
reverb.
this, I don't know how. Why it came to this flat on
to
the
short.
ground. All I know is some things are a mystery, and some things are lost and never found.
Still on the short, and then we'll go to the long. Back to the short. Sweet. So, thanks for watching. I know it's been a long video, but hopefully it was thorough enough to help you out with the 224. So I think it's going to be $50 US for those who aren't subscribed. I'm on the Everything bundles, so I get it for free, and anyone else that is will get it for free too. Overall, it has some cool sounds. I'll give it that. I've never used an original 224, so I don't know how accurate it is. But yeah, I like some of the sounds. Some of them are a bit grainy and kind of echoey for me. They're not smooth enough or kind of lush enough. I don't like... Well, no, I don't like. I feel like there needs to be more 224 sounds. Some longer ones, some... Like, not from the XL, but from the normal 224. Because it's basically like 3 holes, 2 plates, 2 rooms. And there's a bit more holes from here and plates and such. But they're all fairly short too. I'm not sure how long the original unit goes, but I'd like some kind of bigger sounding wide stuff. I know there is some of that in here in Verbsuites. So if you don't have Verbsuites, definitely check it out. By the way, it does have a lot of cool reverbs. So there is some 16 second, 19.8 second stuff in there. So I can just use different reverbs for that. But yeah, the plate sounds are my favourite. I prefer the plate in Vintage Verb and the Bricasti and the 250 in this. But yeah, some of the hall sounds usable and cool, and they do have that nostalgic 80s kind of artifacty thing going on, which I like, and it works for certain genres. I am planning on doing some more Slate videos. Let me know if you want me to do some more Verbsuite videos. I was thinking just a comparison of different plates for those who don't have the software, just to hear the difference and maybe compare to some other reverbs, especially if you're looking at buying it. If you don't want to subscribe, it is a bit more expensive to buy the plugin. And if you're not sure, if you want it, I can do some more reviews and stuff on that. and yeah, some other Slate videos, just looking at some of the other plugins. Looking forward to FG Stress coming out. Supposedly it's going to be pretty good distressor plugin, although it's been delayed for a bit because Steve and Slate reckons he hasn't quite got it and he wants it perfect. So once that comes out, hopefully I can download it and I'll have time to just do a video straight away and show some of the stuff with that, because everyone loves a distressor. It's kind of been a staple in studios, so it'd be cool having it in a plugin form, especially if it's like any other Slate stuff. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, check my other videos. I will do some more studio stuff. As you can see from my other videos, I mainly do guitar stuff, but I'm happy to do more studio stuff if people are going to watch it, and especially new plugins. I might just do a guitar-centric one on Verbsuites or on Slate, just getting certain guitar sounds with it. So if there's interest. So thanks again. I hope you have a good day.